Stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
I don't think it should be mandatory. I wouldn't demand to be mandatory, but I would do everything in my power. Just like I don't think masks have to be made mandatory nationwide. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us. This is not about freedom or personal choice.
Not about freedom. That was Joe Biden before and after he took office. Of course, before he took office, stating that he would not make masks and vaccines mandatory. And just yesterday, the tides have turned, telling vaccinated Americans that they are the problem. And now you must be vaccinated if you want to work for the federal government or a company that has 100 employees or more. Hello and welcome to the Phil's Gang Radio Show, coast to coast, the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Phil Grande. Phil will be back on from vacation on Monday of next week. Also joining us is Steve, Phil's Gang Director of Education. Hello and happy Friday, Steve. How are you, sir?
Good afternoon, Alex. How are you today?
I'm good, man.
Thank God it's Friday.
It's been a long week, brother. It has. And, I'm very proud to be hosting this show, even though it is temporary. And plus, it's very difficult sometimes not to get political. That's not what we do here. Yet, it's very difficult to ignore Joe Biden mandating vaccines. So what we want to know here at Phil's Gang is how will the vaccine mandate affect the markets and the job market? One of the major issues for our economy right now is the lack of employees. According to the Courier Journal, a restaurant that survived the pandemic, nearly 20% of them closed and now can't find enough workers to survive the great reordering of American society. But it isn't just restaurants. A local human resources person told this outlet here, their outfit is having trouble filling roughly 20 open warehouse and manufacturing jobs. Starting pay is between $15 and $18 per hour, plus full health insurance benefits and 401k plans. The company will pay for your college tuition as well. Finding applicants and people who will work or come to work rather every day is a real problem, the HR rep told this gentleman. Why? Because we are paying people too much to stay home. Stimulus payments, enhanced and extended unemployment benefits, and other tax credits, and more than enough for many people to literally take their jobs and, well, you know the rest. The math is clear. Low-income Kentuckians can receive just over $3,700 per month in cash and other benefits to remain unemployed, according to the Foundation for Government Accountability. The federal government has essentially devalued work while incentivizing dependency. This is what we've been talking about all week. Democrats have pounced on the pandemic like hungry jungle cats, using what Biden laughably called the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression to effectively and unnecessarily make millions of Americans wards of the state. During the Great Depression, President Franklin D. Roosevelt used the federal bureaucracy to put people to work. Biden, on the other hand, is using it to keep Americans from it, despite there being more than 8 million job openings today. The large unemployment payments and stimulus bonus checks have destroyed willingness to work. We speak to business owners every week who are worried about losing their businesses because workers won't return and nobody is answering job postings. Increased pay, benefits, and even signing bonuses get untouched, according to Jenny Moores, who has owned a Lexington, Kentucky staffing service since 1971. In April, economists had predicted the U.S. would gain over 1 million new jobs, but the Bureau of Labor Statistics report stunned with a meager 266,000 jobs. Business leaders, it seems, won't create new positions when they can't even fill the ones already open. Several Republican governors, at least 22 as of this writing, have had enough choosing to end the additional $300 weekly federal unemployment payment that comes on top of the regular unemployment benefit of roughly $1,000 per month. No Democrat governor, including Kentucky's Andy Beshear, has yet taken the step, despite clear evidence that economic growth will suffer without a sufficient and willing labor pool. Biden's plan is clear. Rhetorically manufacture an economic crisis to lock in socialism's empty promise. Redistribute wealth in equitable ways that pit rich versus poor, men versus women, and white people versus minorities. And ultimately, those who work against those who don't. It's a vicious cycle. The government has printed $6 trillion in the name of coronavirus relief, and Democrats are doling out enough of that regress for millions of people to stay home while generating zero productivity. I can't imagine what they were saying as far as there's 80 to 100 million Americans unvaccinated. There's going to be more job losses than we can possibly imagine here. I think there's going to be more than 80 to 100 million. All this new currency, now part of a $28 trillion national debt, has caused inflation, which is driving up the cost of food and other necessities. Pretty soon, the people we are paying to stay home will argue that we aren't being paid enough as things become more expensive. And the great reordering will demand richer benefits be distributed so that the new non-working class can survive. This death spiral will continue until a political movement puts a stop to it or something worse happens. And I have a feeling that something worse is going to happen. And I've said all week that this is the perfect opportunity for you to join Phil's gang. Do not be caught up in this mess. Supplement your income. If you are not working, if you're retired, you still need to supplement your income, because I have a feeling the worst is yet to come. Go to philsgang.com. There on the homepage, you'll see the Get Started button. Click on that. It'll take you to what's called the Working Investor. We're giving you that program for free for 10 days. It may not be for you. That's why it's free for 10 days. We don't expect you to pay for something that you're not going to find any worth in. So we are so confident that it will work for you. We'll give it to you free for 10 days. If you have any questions, you can always contact us here. 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. I mean, you really have nothing to lose. And one of the great parts about this system is that we encourage you to start off slowly and paper trade. Now, there are plenty of trading platforms out there that their software has something that's called paper trading. It's like practicing. And it cannot be any easier. Go to philsgang.com now and sign up for the Working Investor Program for free. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grande and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Hello and welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Phil Grande, and I just realized the last segment, it was actually brought to my attention, by the way, is that I kept saying, what was I saying?
Economist.
Economics? Or whatever I was saying. It's economist. Oh man, it's my brain's shutting down. It's not because it's been a long week and it's Friday. It's just because my brain's shutting down, I guess. We were talking about how the decisions of Joe Biden and the current administration is going to put a huge strain on the economy. And we can see through all the noise of how the market is doing so well. It is not going to last. Not only is the billions in stimulus hurting the labor force, but Biden's historic food stamp increase could hurt long-term economic growth wages. Information from Fox News states that the Biden administration's massive food stamp expansion, the largest permanent increase to benefits in the program's history, could cut economic growth over the next decade, according to a new study published last week. Findings from the Penn-Wharton budget model, a nonpartisan group at the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School, show the changes to the program will reduce GDP by 0.2% in the next 10 years. The negative impact becomes more pronounced in the future. By 2041, it will lash growth by 0.3%, and by 2051, the economy will shrink by 0.5%. The projections show that. The expansion will also weigh on wage growth, disproportionately hurting young people with high incomes as well as wealthy retirees. That's because government debt will finance the increase of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which will be formally implemented in October. With the SNAP benefit increase in place, the economy is estimated to accrue 2.1% more government debt in 2031, 3.5% in 2041, and 4.6% in 2051. Higher SNAP benefits increase household income and reduce incentives to work. And this is what the analysis said. As a result, hours worked fell by 0.4% throughout the period analyzed. Pardon me. Average hourly wages are expected to temporarily rise due to a smaller workforce, but fall as time goes by due to the decrease in capital that makes each worker less efficient. Wages are projected to decline 0.1% in 2051. The negative effect of the policy is larger for higher income people, since the probability that they get SNAP benefits at some point in the future is low, the study said. Working age older people who are in the second quintile and above benefit from the short-term increase in wage. Now, we're talking about 2051. We're talking about 2031, 2041, 2051. Now, a lot of people say my age in their latter 40s. They might think that's not really going to affect them or me, and they could be right. But I always think of it as it's going to affect my children. It's going to affect my grandchildren. That's very important to me. So under the new rules, average benefits will rise more than 25% from pre-pandemic levels. The changes, which will be available to all 42 million SNAP beneficiaries, are intended to be permanent. The increase coincides with the end of a 15% boost to SNAP benefits installed by Congress last year as a pandemic relief measure. The White House has combined the aid boost with a major revision to the USDA's Thrifty Food Plan, which estimates the cost to purchase groceries for a family of four and determines how the government calculates benefits. The average monthly per person benefits for recipients is expected to jump from 121 to 157. The increase, which is projected to cost $20 billion a year, does not need to be approved by Congress under a farm law passed in 2018 and signed by former President Trump, which directed the Agricultural Department to re-examine the Thrifty Food Plan. And as I said, this may not affect you directly right now, but it may affect you indirectly and affect your family here in the near future. So it's all about protecting our family. And if you have kids, you probably know what I'm talking about. Steve, you definitely know what I'm talking about. It's to the point where now it's so difficult to do anything with your kids, have any fun with your kids, as far as going out and having a household budget and expenses. If you think about it, how on God's green earth is a mother and father supposed to take their 3-4 kids out to a baseball game? That would be like paying for a small vacation. I don't even know how they take their kids to Disneyland or Disney World. If you look at some of the prices just for entertainment alone, family entertainment, I would think it would be almost impossible. Like going out to the movies. I mean, who has the extra cash laying around to spend $25 on a small popcorn? And then you have 3-4 kids, and they all want candy, they want soda, they want popcorn, plus the ticket to get into the movie theater. We're seeing it more and more, and it's more and more prevalent, and wages are not going up. So if you want to put an end to all that, if you want to have that extra money, go to philsgang.com. Let us show you how we make profits in the stock market and, in turn, make you profits in the stock market. If you have any questions, we're here for you. You can call us at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. You can go over the website. You can join for free and go over the website. Go to the homepage, click Get Started, and join the Working Investor Program free for 10 days. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at Phil'sGang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang radio show, coast to coast, the Off the Wall Street radio network. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Phil Grande. Phil will be back on Monday. And as you know, today is Friday.
Yay!
Hey! Woo woo! Every Friday, Phil's Gang uploads a video to our YouTube channel called 2021 Stock Market Crash Starting to Unfold. Steve will be putting that video together in Phil's absence. No matter what video we upload, it's always a plethora of good information, so don't miss out. Look for that video between 6 and 7 p.m. today. Also, all the Phil's Gang radio show archives are posted on our YouTube channel as well. Please click on like, share, and subscribe, and click on the notifications button. That way, you'll receive a notification each time we upload a video. That way, you will stay up to date with Phil's Gang. And Phil's Gang also offers other videos. So go to YouTube and take a look at our channel there. Today's subject of the show has been about decisions being made by Biden and the Biden administration, and how those decisions are affecting our wallets.
Let me interject here real quick,
yeah,
Alex.
please.
You were talking about what it would cost to take a family to Disney World, and I had to dig in real quick and find that for you. For 5 days, for a family of four, it's going to cost you just over $5,000.
Like I said, that's vacation material right there. As a matter of fact, a couple of years ago, my wife and I went to the Bahamas. It didn't even cost nearly as that much. It cost a little more than half of that, but still, Bahamas versus, Disney. But then again, we don't have 3 or 4 kids. We have an empty nest, so. I do want to turn
full service. It's if you've not done it, it's nice, but still 5,000's quite a bit. I mean, you're talking
it's a lot of money.
Over $1,000 a day.
That is a lot of money for a middle class family. So, if they join Phil's gang, they could definitely make some profits and pay for it that way. But either way you look at it, that's quite a bit of money. So, but let's turn our attention to how we can profit, or rather protect ourselves from the coming struggles of a downtrodden economy. Because believe me when I tell you this, we cannot keep this up for very much longer. The market will eventually take the path of least resistance, and there will be nothing the market makers or the plunger team can do at that point. We have a contingency plan for everyone, and we take full advantage of the profits that can be made in the stock market, especially when it comes to shorting. So with that being said, I think now it's time for some Stock Corner here.
The Phil's Gang Stock Corner.
And of course, that is Steve's area of expertise. So what do you have for us today, Steve?
Okay, Alex. So earlier you said that, you were talking about the vaccine mandates and how would that affect the stock market. So I wanted to do a little bit of digging into some of the companies out there that offer vaccines. And if you look at companies like INO, which is Inovio Pharmaceutical, it's getting ready to go short here. So I would, matter of fact, anybody on Pro 2 right now could actually short the stock. Pfizer is also setting up nicely for a short here, so you could at least put a scout on that. If you're a gang member, you'll know what I'm talking about. Moderna is one of the few of them that is actually kind of going up and could actually turn into a good long here soon. But Johnson & Johnson coming down pretty heavy. AstraZeneca coming down. You could put a good scout on that one as well. Novavax. Let's see how this one's panning out. Now, Novavax actually not looking too bad. It's kind of up at the top, but also getting overbought, so be careful there. CVAC, which is CureVac. That one's kind of sideways, not much going on there. And then you've got Gilead Sciences. That one also kind of overbought there and getting heavy as well. And then I've got BioNTech. This one also getting ready to go short, so be careful there. And the last one I'm going to give you is AbbVie, ABBV. This one also setting up nicely for a short. So if you're a gang member and you're listening to me, make sure you're setting up your charts now and start putting scouts on some of those vaccine stocks.
And I really do believe that the way the mandatory vaccinations are going to affect the market, it's going to affect the labor market in turn, in fact, affecting the stock market and the economy. Of course, they are a separate entity, but
well, I know you're not a big football fan, no. But it's already affected Cam Newton. You know who Cam Newton is. He's, of course, the former MVP quarterback of the Carolina Panthers who took over in New England for Tom Brady, decided not to get the vaccine, and they cut him.
Yeah. There's a lot of that going on now. And it's not about... you have to address this softly. You really do, because people are so opinionated nowadays that you can't see eye to eye on this stuff. I totally get it. I'm not anti-vax. I'm not big on vax. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I'm neutral on this thing, And
I agree.
I understand about the safety, but I also understand personal freedom, and that's what Biden was saying. I mean, listen to what this guy says, man.
You've been patient, But our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us.
Remember,
this is not about freedom for personal choice.
And for one, who on God's green earth are you to say we're losing patience? I think the American people are starting to lose patience, especially with these people, man. It doesn't sound like this guy's rocking some freedom here.
Remember, we the people, we're the government.
Yeah, I know. But the whole point is the stock market. That's what we do here. And like I said earlier, it's difficult not to get political about this stuff because everything seems to be turning political nowadays. They're beating it. We're getting beaten over the head with it. So it's funny because in our line of business, Steve, I don't know about you, but I always go home and turn on, some of the news outlets that I watch. And lately I'm finding myself taking a break and walking away from it because it's just, it's a mental beatdown. So every time I walk away from, I go home, I spend some quality time with my wife and my dogs and relax a bit. I seem a little bit better. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get your head out of it. That's pretty much what I do. I go home, I kind of chillax, kick my feet up, maybe go to TikTok and laugh a little bit.
Yeah, and of course, one of the rules that we teach you here is don't trade with emotion. Another rule would be you don't listen to the noise, the mainstream media. We just look at our charts, and lately I've been finding myself leaving the rest of this stuff alone, even though we did the show, last week and this week. But if I just look at these charts, I know what's going on in the market. I don't need somebody to bark at me from the television. I always say it's television shepherds with living room sheep. So if we just concentrate on the charts here and you study them, you learn how to read them, which a lot of people don't have to do, especially with the Working Investor Program. I mean, Steve is there walking you through this thing every single day. Every day this market's open, at least, that Steve is telling you what we're in, what we're getting out of, what positions to get in, what positions to get out of. And, I mean, nobody does that for anybody. Not unless you're going to pay huge amounts of money. But even then, I don't think they're going to do the same thing for you. Go to philsgang.com or call us, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60, 70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days, philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out. And that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. My name is Alex Scott, sitting in for Phil Grande. Phil will be back from vacation and back to business as usual on Monday of next week. And, Steve and I were just talking about how important it is to step away from certain things. And it's always good for me. And I don't need, say, Kramer to tell me what stocks I need to be in. Because you're going to lose almost every time he tells you to get into something. And here at Phil's Gang, it's just the opposite. We're going to make you profits. And I can guarantee you that. And since we're going to step away and take a little breath, Steve, why don't you tell us about Apple today?
All right, Alex. So looking at Apple, yesterday it was going up, and I noticed that it was running into a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern. And I told the gang, make sure that you take some profits in Apple because I have a feeling that Apple is going to pull back. So when you look at Apple today, because they raised the rate back up, the 10-year yield, Apple came down nearly $5 a share. So, I think that, sometimes I get them right, and that was one of them. It was right on the money, and I'm hoping that the gang listened to me and saved that money, and now we can watch it, and let's see if it can hold the 25-day moving average and then come back if they start to lower the rate again, because, the Fed is going to want to lower that rate in order to get the big FANG stocks or the big tech stocks to start, pushing back up and lead the market again. Because if they can't get the banks to run, then they're going to have to do it with the big tech stocks.
Yeah, and in just my personal opinion, I'm starting to notice this pattern of the yields. When the yields go down, the FANG stocks go up, or big tech stocks go up, and when the yields go up, the banks go up, of course, because they love higher rates. But I'm starting to see that pattern kind of fading away. And it could be, like I said, just my opinion, it's just an observation, that the market is getting ready because it cannot sustain itself anymore. Well, at least the market makers in the plunger team cannot fake this anymore. They cannot engineer it anymore. It's going to the market is its own entity. It has a life of its own. So I don't think it's going to hold out too much longer. And there was a stock I wanted to have you take a look at here, and I think it's IWM. What are the charts telling you about IWM, bud?
Okay, so IWM right now is kind of in a snapback. Okay, a snapback is when the trend on the stock is up. It's telling us that the long-term trend is going up, but the short-term trend is pulling back. Now, it had kind of a sideways action day to day. It started up kind of high, then dropped down, and it's kind of rallied back up to about halfway back up for the day, but it's starting to roll over again. So again, IWM likes a higher rate. Okay, so that's why it opened up a little bit higher, but we'll see where it goes. I mean, it really should be pushing up, and it's not. It's not doing it with enough authority, just like the banks, right? If you look at some of the bank stocks out there, let me see if I got one here for you. How about Bank of America? Now, Bank of America, right, started up high today. It opened up higher than yesterday, and then turned right around and came down. It went from about 41.40 all the way down to about 40.30, and right now is sitting at about 40.63. So it's really not taking off the way it should be. If it had good buying volume and it wasn't up on manipulation, then the price should still be, honestly, I think it should be closer to $42 today. And then if they could get the rate up to about 138 to 140, it should break out and get up over that $43 mark.
Oh, I appreciate that, Steve. Me and Steve have been doing the radio show all week, and I'd like to take this time and say how privileged I am to guest host for Phil. It is also a great honor to be heard coast to coast to all those who have, to all the people that we've reached on the airwaves. Hopefully everyone has received some good information from us. And you've gone to philsgang.com and signed up for the Working Investor for your risk-free 10-day trial. It is free for 10 days. For the fourth segment, we have been playing what we call Phil's Take, where I had asked Phil specific questions in regards to the stock market. But since tomorrow is a very great day of sorrow, one of the darkest days for Americans and America itself. Tomorrow will be 20 years since the 9/11 attacks. So Phil's Gang would like to pay tribute to all 2,977 people that lost their lives and over 6,000 people injured, and also to the brave men and women, of course, for first responders, and also our military. And we're just going to go ahead and play this out. So let us never forget those who have lost their lives in the 9/11 attacks, and let us honor these people with great respect and honor the greatest country on earth for her resolve. For September 11th, 2001 was the day that changed the world. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an honor.
Good evening. Today, our fellow citizens, our way of life, our very freedom came under attack in a series of deliberate and deadly terrorist acts. The victims were in airplanes or in their offices. Secretaries, businessmen and women, military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Thousands of lives were suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror. The pictures of airplanes flying into buildings, fires burning, huge structures collapsing, have filled us with disbelief, terrible sadness, and a quiet, unyielding anger. These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America. These acts shatter steel, but they cannot dent the steel of American resolve. America was targeted for attack because we're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world, and no one will keep that light from shining. Today our nation saw evil, the very worst of human nature, and we responded with the best of America, with the daring of our rescue workers, with the caring for strangers and neighbors who came to give blood and help in any way they could. Immediately following the first attack, I implemented our government's emergency response plans. Our military is powerful, and it's prepared. Our emergency teams are working in New York City and Washington, D.C. to help with local rescue efforts. Our first priority is to get help to those who have been injured and to take every precaution to protect our citizens at home and around the world from further attacks. The functions of our government continue without interruption. Federal agencies in Washington, which had to be evacuated today, are reopening for essential personnel tonight and will be open for business tomorrow. Our financial institutions remain strong, and the American economy will be open for business as well. The search is underway for those who are behind these evil acts. I've directed the full resources of our intelligence and law enforcement communities to find those responsible and to bring them to justice. We will make no distinction between the terrorists who committed these acts and those who harbor them. I appreciate so very much the members of Congress who have joined me in strongly condemning these attacks. And on behalf of the American people, I thank the many world leaders who have called to offer their condolences and assistance. America and our friends and allies join with all those who want peace and security in the world, and we stand together to win the war against terrorism. Tonight I ask for your prayers for all those who grieve, for the children whose worlds have been shattered, for all whose sense of safety and security has been threatened. And I pray they will be comforted by a power greater than any of us, spoken through the ages in Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to